Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to get into a bargain hunt video with you. I want to walk through the cost differential between holding a regular foil version versus a gold foil version of some of the best cards. And I want to explore whether one or the other makes more sense and why. This is going to be a very helpful video to a lot of people because I do think there are a ton of people sleeping on gold foil cards. There's all kinds of advantages. We will touch on that, but specifically, I want to just look at the financial. Which one's actually cheaper? I think it might surprise you. It's an important video, guys. Stick around, stay tuned, like and subscribe. We'll pop over to peak monsters, and I think we'll focus maybe first on. Let's look at Chaos Legion and Reward because those are the two cheapest cards in circulation. Two packs that are the cheapest to look at. And then I want to look at grid. So these are the cheapest cards in the game. And look, reward, reward, reward. They're all rewards. The second, even that one's a reward. But then the second row, we see Chaos Legion cards. So as you can see, these are by far the cheapest cards in the game. 2 cents is really ludicrous. So let's focus up then on just the rewards. Now, let's actually grab, this is in my opinion, one of the best cards in the game. For the mana cost, for its utility, or its ability and functionality, or its cost, absolutely. That's the big asterisk, like big exclamation mark. Its cost is crazy, crazy, crazy affordable. So it's an awesome card, and it's the right price. Pelacor. So let's focus up on the Pelacor Merce. So look, it's 2 cents for a level 1 BCX of this guy here. You're talking about, you would need, how much is the gold foil? So the gold foil starts at level 3. This is an important distinction. Somebody dropped in a comment recently. Thank you for that comment. When you're comparing a card of regular foil to its gold foil version, you need to make sure you're understanding that. You need to understand several things. One, the gold foil card gives you extra DEC per win. 2, the gold foil card allows you to fight in certain gold foil tournaments that really have tons of extra payout. Oops. There it is. Okay. So I think that was 2. Another distinction between them is that, and this is the important part that I wanted to make right now, the regular foil version starts at level 1. 1 BCX of this card is level 1. 1 BCX of gold foil is level 3. That's a huge difference. You need far fewer BCX to make a gold foil card max out. You need, in this case for the Pelacor Mercenary, you need 38 copies of it. It's only 45 cents to get to max it out. That's really crazy. 0.45 times 38, you're talking $17 to get a max level gold foiled amazing tank. That's really bonkers. We're gonna have to buy a few of these. I'm gonna buy the 40-cent one. Credits, there we go. Too cheap. So those are 3 big distinctions. 1, the DEC bonuses. 2, the tournament opportunities. 3, the gold foil requires less BCX. And when you take that all into consideration, it really is important to consider buying gold foil copies of your favorite cards. The cards that you're going to play a lot. If you play green, this is a card you need to have. If you play blue, you need to get in there and get that Oceanus. I don't want to look at that one right now. But every card is the new reward card that has some unique power for its splinter. And I would say Oceanus and Pelacor Mercenary are 2 of the best in the game. And therefore, you should strongly be looking at their gold foil equivalents for the reason that you're going to play them a lot. And they're going to open up certain DEC bonuses, tournament opportunities. And like I said, you need fewer copies anyways. But which one's, like, at 2 cents, it seems like this is a lot cheaper. And this was 45 cents, so it seems like it's, what is that, 22 times cheaper? 24, 20, it's 22, but I paid 50 cents for one of those just now. So it's like 22 to 25 times cheaper to buy this. Wrong. Because even though this is 2 cents and this is 45, in order to make this one equivalent with this one, you actually need to own 14 copies of it. You see that? Because the Pellicore Mercenary, a regular foil, requires is 14 copies to make a level 3. That means that you're going to need 14 copies. 14 times 0.02, that's 2 cents per copy, is 28 cents. But it's 28 cents for a level 3 of the regular foil, and it's 45 cents for the gold foil equivalent. Now, that's still not nothing. I mean, it's 17 cents difference. Maybe that's a lot to you, especially over 20 different cards, because you're probably going to buy the gold foil equivalent for more than just one card. And so that price differential might really add up, and you might say, well, wait a second, I could buy a lot more with that. Understand also, you know, we didn't even talk about it, but gold foil has more collection power. The collection power of a gold foil, the game will load for me. It's not the game, rather peak monsters. You get 125 collection power for 1 BCX of the gold foil, and you get 5 for the regular foil equivalent. And so there's 400 copies that can theoretically go into the regular foil. So if you said 400 times 5, that'd be 2000 CP for a regular foil max level. It's actually more than that, because you get a slight, I think you get a 5% bonus, but either way, 2000, it's roughly 2000 CP for a max regular foil versus 125 times 38, which is 4750. So it's way more than double. It's way more than double collection power. And so most of you people require extra collection power. This is an opportunity to get that collection power. You're doubling your CP by holding the gold foil version. It's more than double. It's a lot more than double. And you're paying a little bit of a premium to get that gold foil copy. And the gold foil, like I said, is opening the doors for those DC bonuses. It's also going to get you into, eventually, if you can build a gold foil deck, you're going to be able to participate in gold foil brawls within your guild, which is huge for your guild and for you. And opening up the door for some of these tournaments, which under the gold foil equivalents are crazy. Like, this is an old alpha. You're not going to be able to fight in that one. But there are tournaments that are gold foil cards and that are chaos and that have these mega enormous reward pools. Let's try and find one. Gold foil dice edition, $343. That's a lot of SPS. Gold foil bronze, it looks like any edition, meaning Chaos Legion would be possible, $2,800. That's a crazy reward pool, and you only need to be in bronze. You could totally do that. Like, you could sign up for that. Now, there are certain SPS requirements, but that's a different conversation. So it's an amazing opportunity, I think, sitting in front of us. And I think it's really important from a bargain hunting standpoint that you compare regular foil to the gold foil equivalents, and looking. Regular foil starts at level 1, gold starts at level 3. And so how does it compare in terms of power? And if maybe you don't even want max copy, maybe you just want to get it up here to level 6, you only need 9 copies. 9 copies times 45 cents. The price might even be different. 9 times 0.45. So it's $4 to get a gold foil level 6, and it's $4.05 to get a gold foil level 6. To get a level 6 reg foil, you're going to need to spend... Okay, you're going to... Whoops. Apologies. You're going to need to spend $2. Okay, $2.10. So it's about half the price. I'm kind of surprised by that. Actually, like, it's like the cost differential got bigger. Surprising to me. I was expecting it to be pretty tight, but still, I still think, I mean, that again, you have to weigh, you have to look and see, do I need collection power? Do I want gold foils at all? But understand the benefits and the cost, and then make that decision from an informed standpoint. There are some amazing cards that are really worth considering. And it's gonna be occasionally the situation where the gold foil is really the better deal. Not just from like it's not just gonna give you these bonuses, but maybe sometimes the cost is actually cheaper with your gold foil version. And there's a compares button here in Peak Monsters, and there's a gold foil versus regular differential search. And so you can actually pop into here, and this will give you some indication of where to be looking. Looks like the Silver Shield Assassin is actually, if you want a gold foil version, it's not bad. I mean, 20x is a differential. That might sound really high, but we just looked at that Pellicore Mercenary, and he was 2 cents up to 50 cents, so 25x. In the old days, I'll tell you, and this is where we're gonna finish the video. In a year ago, before the real crazy bull run within Splinterlands, I'll tell you that it was very common to see 50x on your gold foils, and it was very common. I can look at some of these old. Let's see, a grid. Looking at some of these old, specifically commons. Let's look at the old reward cards. Minotaur used to be half a penny, I think. Now it's selling for 63 cents each. Genie was half a penny. Now it's selling for 84 cents. That's 160x. See Genie. That might sound amazing and make you think, all I really need is regular foils to make a huge profit. That's true. If you have the right regular foils, you have an opportunity to make a lot of money within this game. But looking at C Genie, the gold foil version, I think this was about 90 cents. So this was about 90 cents, and this was about half a penny. The differential used to be far greater. This is where I want to finish the conversation. I believe the differential in gold foil to regular foil is uniquely low at this very moment. At this very moment. In 2022, April 2022. Right, this used to be half a penny, and this used to be roughly $1. I think it might have been 80, 90 cents. It was in that range. Even if I say it was 80 cents, that is 160 times the old cost of this when it was low versus this when it was low. And here's what I think was happening then, and what is it, and how it impacts you now. That was common, by the way. If I grabbed other cards the other day, I was looking at. I don't want to go too many examples, but for sure that was the situation with Vampire was another example. Let's look at the gold foil. This will be the last one we look at for examples, not Vampire. And I want to look at gold too. So look, this one's $14 and it's 40 cents. This was about a penny, I think. Might have been just under a penny kind of thing. And this was roughly 90 cents. So again, that's a 90x versus today, the gold foil I just showed you, Pellicore Mercenary, the differential is 25x. So what's going on? Has something different changed? Yes. What has changed and what you need to understand is that there is right now there's a ton of new cards that are flooding the market. There are 21 reward cards that are being printed every single day and that are coming, as you can see the print rates on these puppies. They are nowhere near being out of circulation. These are saturating the market and creating cheap buying opportunities for people who want Splinterlands cards, who don't have a millions of dollars to throw around. They have a few, maybe 10, 20, 30, 100 bucks. So they want to help themselves and they want to get better. They're going to buy some of the cheaper cards before they go out and fill their deck. They're not going to create so much buying pressure that they drive the market wild and the prices go flying. And so there's too many options. There's 21 new reward cards. There's all of the Chaos Legion cards, which I don't know how many Chaos Legion cards there are, but there are a lot. Let's just look at one Splinter. From Fire alone, there's 5, 10, 15, 16 cards. From Water alone, there's 16 more, 16 more, 16 more. Yeah, everyone's got 16. Dragon only has 6. So So 16 times 5 plus 6. And how many neutrals? Neutral has 16, 17, 18. Well, that's, oh, I'm looking at dragons. So that's 12. So there are 98 Chaos Legion cards right now in circulation, and there's more coming because of the airdrops, plus 21 reward cards, which means that in circulation right now, there are 119 cards that are being printed, because these Chaos Legion cards they're not being printed, but they're in packs that are being constantly opened, which means there's new circulation reaching the market every single day. There are 119 cards that are in circulation being printed in front of you and as a result, those card prices keep coming down. And as a result, all of our buying pressure is going in 119 different ways. You might be interested in Supply Runner. The next guy is interested in Disintegrator. The next guy is buying Zenith Monk. Somebody else is buying Dr. Blight. Someone else is spending their money on land. Another person's buying SPS. Another person's buying Chaos Packs. You know, all of these different angles to invest in within this game is unique, and it's actually way different than what it used to be. There used to be first there was just alpha and beta packs, and that was it. And then there was Untamed, and then there was Dice, and those took a long time to sell, but they were really quite small compared to what we've seen with Chaos Legion. And this new dump of reward cards, 21, is huge. Is the biggest ever. That all of that is telling me one thing: there is a unique amount of card issuance and supply and distraction that when some of it dries up, as Chaos Legion sells out, for instance, we are going to go into a place where gold foils and regular foils see a greater divergence in price. Not 25 to 1. I think probably closer to that 50 to 1 or even 100 to 1 that I just gave you two examples of from my memory off of the Sea Genie and the Vampire. That's just two examples, but I'm telling you, that was common. 50x. And right now they're around 19, 20, 30x from regular to gold foil differential. I believe that is a product solely of the fact that there's 119 different cards, and not actually 119, because that's just the regular foils. There's actually times that by 2, right? Because there's 238 cards they can buy either in regular foil or gold foil version. There's so much diversity right now. As some of that goes away, because Chaos Legion will dry up when those packs sell out, maybe that's 2 years from now, I don't know. But when that happens, it's going to translate in a greater divergence between regular foil and gold foil costs. I saw it before, and I think it's being artificially held closer. There's less divergence because most of you are trying to invest in the cheapest card possible to get the most cards in your deck. That means regular foils. And most of you aren't taking seriously the gold foil opportunities in front of you. And there's 238 cards that you could buy, whether you consider regular and gold foil. And that is creating so much divergence on the buying pressure we're applying. It's all of these factors are feeding into the reality that gold foil and regular foil cards are 20 to 30 times price difference. Whereas I think 50 to 100 or even 150x is more likely the future. And so I really strongly believe that holding gold foils over the next 4 years is going to be way more profitable, like in terms of magnitude of growth, than holding just the regular foils. But, and this is really the absolute last comment, I still think regular foils are a great buy also. So let's leave it there. Thanks guys for your time and attention. Have an amazing day. God bless.